All right, okay. So yesterday we spent some time together as a group, okay, talking about our method of slide and divide, okay. Today we're going to talk about our split the middle method, okay, which is very similar to factor by grouping, okay. But again, similar to the box and the FOIL method, you guys have some options. So today we're going to teach another method, and you can decide, hey, do I like the slide and divide method that we covered yesterday, or do I like the split the middle method a little bit more? Okay, and so we're going to spend a little bit of time kind of going through this here. So when we work through split the middle, okay, the first step is that we always want to write it in standard form. Okay, that's pretty common here. Okay, and we want to take out any greatest common factors. If we can't do that, then we're going to move on to step 3, 4, and 5. Okay, if you take a look at step 3 here, okay, step 3 says that I'm going to multiply the A and the C, which are my first and my last coefficients. Does that look similar from what we did yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay, so that part is still very much the same. Okay, and then we're still going to go ahead and set up our diamond here, okay, and find those factors A and C. And finally, at step 5, this is where it kind of becomes new, okay? So at this point right here, this is where everything becomes new to us. So you're going to rewrite that polynomial 2 terms for b in the center with your variable, okay? And then you'll factor by grouping, okay? And factoring by grouping is something that we've already done. You group the first 2, you group the last 2, find a greatest common factor, take it out, okay? And then your parentheses should be the same, okay? So what we're going to do here, okay, is we're going to start with this problem. Just like slide and divide, the first thing that I need to do is what?
Multiply A and C.
Multiply A and C, right? Again, this is in standard form. Okay, there's no greatest common factor between 4, 4, and negative 15. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to take this 4 and I want to multiply it by negative 15. So when I multiply 4 times negative 15, I'm going to get negative 60 here. Okay, so I'm looking for factors here of negative 60 that are going to add to positive 4. What are 2 factors that multiply to negative 60 but add to positive 4?
6 and 10.
6 and 10, right? Which one's which?
10 is negative 11. 10 is negative and... No, 10 is positive, 6 is negative.
There you go. Okay. Your 10 is positive and your 6 is negative. 10 times negative 6 is negative 60. And 10 plus negative 6 is 4. Okay. This is the part where things get a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my first and my last term the same. So I'm going to say 4x squared. Okay, now this 10 and this negative 6 are splitting from this 4x. So I'm going to say this is plus 10x and this one is minus 6x. And then I'll keep my negative 15 in there. So I kept my first and my last the same. Okay. And as you guys see within my purple 2 terms, do these 2 combine to get negative 4x?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is what we call splitting the middle. So I'm splitting the middle into the 2 factors. So I'm splitting the 4 here into those 2 factors, that 10 and that negative 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor by grouping now. So I'm going to group my first 2 and I'm going to group my last 2. So when I look at my first set of parentheses, what can I take out of 4x squared and 10x? Okay, and x, what else? 2, right? So I'm going to divide this by 2x. Okay, so I'll have 2x times 4x squared divided by 2x is just 2x. And 10x divided by 2x is positive 5. Again, if I do this correctly, my set of parentheses on the other side should also be 2x plus 5. So what can I take out of negative 6x and negative 15? Okay, why does it have to be a negative here? Yeah, because that first term is negative, so I'm going to divide by negative 3. So my negative 3 comes out. Negative 6x divided by negative 3 is positive 2x. And negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. Do my parentheses match?
Yes.
Yeah, right? 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 5. So now that 2x plus 5 comes out. And then remember, whatever's left over goes inside your second group. So I get 2x minus 3. Now, just for the sake of explaining, okay, do you guys think it matters if I put the 10 here and the negative 6 here, or if I flip-flop those?
If it's a negative 10.
I'm just saying if I put the negative 6 over here instead of that.
That is so much work for one answer.
That's okay. Sometimes doing things gets challenging.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
Let me ask you, what if I had this? If I had 4x squared minus 6x plus 10x minus 15. Do you guys think I'll still get the same answer?
Definitely.
All I did was swap these two things.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. No.
Okay, let's try it and let's see. You guys don't have to write this down, but I want you guys to at least watch and pay attention here. So you can put your pencils down for the moment being. Okay? When I look at this first group, okay, what can I take out of 4x squared and negative 6x?
2x.
Okay, 2x. Okay, so divide by 2x, divide by 2x. I get 2x times 2x minus 3.
Oh, that's wrong.
Why? What can I take out of 10 and 15?
2.
A 5, right? So if I divide both of these by 5, I get plus 5. 10x divided by 5 is what?
2x.
2x. And then negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. Are my parentheses the same?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so same thing here. My 2x minus 3 comes out. What's left over? 2x plus 5. Does this match the answer that I got previously?
Nope.
No. No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It does, right?
Dude. No. Stop it.
These two things are exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that changes is that they're flipped, right? But because it's multiplication, you can flip-flop. So the only thing, when you guys put those two in and you split the middle, the only part that changes is your common set of parentheses, or your common greatest common factor. In this one was 2x plus 5, and in this one it's 2x minus 3. But they just kind of interchange roles, okay?
Okay, sorry.
All right. So we're going to go through 3 more problems, okay, talking about splitting the middle. So again, just like slide and divide, okay, the first step is to do what?
Multiply the outside.
Multiply my outside, right? So my 7 and my negative 8. 7 times negative 8 gets you negative 56. So again, I'm looking for factors of negative 56 that are going to add to negative 26. What 2 factors do I get?
2.
2 and what? 28, right? What about signs, though? Because if I put 2 and 28 in here, 2 times 28 is positive 56.
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
So,
Negative 28.
okay, if I put the negative here, negative 2 times negative 28 does get you negative 56,
That's just 26.
but it adds to positive 26, right? So it's got to be negative 28.
Does it matter what side that which number's on as long as the symbols are for like the
Yeah, no, the order does not matter as long as the symbols stay with the correct number. If you're positive or you're negative, stay with the right number, then you're fine. Okay, so again, in split the middle, okay, my first term and my last term say the same, so it's 7x squared, and then it's minus 8, and I'm going to split these up into my 2 factors. So the first one I found was plus 2x, and the other one was minus 28x. So now I have my 4 terms and I factor by grouping. So I group my first 2 and I group my last 2. When I look at my first set of parentheses, 7x squared and 2x, what can I take out of this group? What? What comes out of 7x squared and 2x?
What?
X.
Just an x, right? 7 and 2 don't have any common factors, but they both have an x, so I'm going to take an x out of here. So I'm going to get x, and then 7x squared divided by x. There's 2 x's on the top and 1 on the bottom, so I'll just get 7x. And 2x divided by x is just positive 2. And on the other side, what can I take out of, let me choose a different color. What can I take out of negative 28 and negative 8?
Negative 8.
Negative 4.
Negative 2.
Okay, 8 is not a factor of 28. Okay,
4.
4. Again, has to be a negative here because that leading term is negative. So I divide everything here by negative 4. Okay, negative 28x divided by negative 4 is positive 7x. And negative 8 divided by negative 4 is positive 2. Are my parentheses the same?
Yes.
Sure are. All right, so now I'm going to take out, okay, my common set of parentheses, which is at 7x plus 2. So I'll have 7x plus 2. Okay, and then what's left over then after that? X and that negative 4. So it'll be x minus 4. Beautiful. Okay, so there's my answer. 7x minus 2, or 7x plus 2, and x minus 4. Any questions about those two? All right. Ready to finish up these last 2? All right. All right. First step, just like always, is to multiply my first number and my last number. 3 times 20 gets you 60. So I'm looking for factors of 60 that are going to add to negative 17. What 2 numbers multiply to 60 but add to negative 17? Okay, great. Negative 5 and negative 12. Okay, so I keep my first term, my 3x squared. I keep my last term, which is plus 20. And that middle term is now split up by my negative 5 and my negative 12. So it's going to be negative 5x and negative 12x. Or you could flip-flop, it would still work out. Okay, and now I'm going to group. So my first two and my last two. First group, 3x squared minus 5x. What can I take out of that?
X.
Just an x, right? So my x comes out. I'm left with 3x minus 5. What comes out of 12 and 20?
Negative 4.
Why negative?
Because this starts with a negative.
It starts with the negative, right? So I divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. So I pull that negative 4 out. Negative 12 divided by negative 4 is positive 3x. 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. Do my parentheses match? Beautiful. Okay, so here are my common sets. It's 3x minus 5 and followed by x minus 4. All right, we have one more problem. All right, last one. 9x squared plus 15x plus 4. First step is to do what?
Multiply the outsides.
Multiply 9 and 4. 9 times 4 is 36. So I'm trying to find two numbers that multiply to 36 that add to 15.
Let's see. I'd say like 5 and 10.
What do you got? Look at your gold sheet. What are factors of 36? What? 12 and 3. Beautiful. Okay, 12 and 3. So keep my first part, my 9x squared. Keep my last part, which is positive 4. And now I split my middle, which consists of positive 12x and positive 3x. Group my first two. Group my last two. What can I take out of 9x squared and 12x?
3.
3 and what? 3 and an x, right? 3x. So I get 3x. 9x squared divided by 3x is 3x. 12x divided by 3x is positive 4. What can I take out of 3x and 4?
X.
Nope, they both don't have x's.
0. 1.
1, you have to take something out. Okay, so in this case, it has to be a 1.
It's basic math.
So it's going to be plus 1, and then 3x plus 4. Same set of parentheses? Looks like it here. Get 3x plus 4. And then what I'm left with is my remaining pieces, my 3x and my 1. Okay. Quick question. Okay. Just brief poll, show of hands. Okay, so we previously talked about the slide and divide method. Okay, where you multiply your A and your C, you find the factors, okay, and then you have to divide by what you use to slide. Okay, simplify your fractions, pull stuff out in front. Okay, the other part is the split the middle method, okay, where you split up your two middle pieces and then you factor by grouping. Just out of curiosity, how many of you guys, if you had to choose, you can figure it out later, how many of you guys like what we learned in the previous lesson, the slide and divide method, more? How many of you guys like what we learned today in the split the middle? Okay, so about half and half, okay? Perfect. Can I tell you something unique?
Sure.
Look at your notes that you filled in today. And look at the notes that you filled in yesterday.
Very similar.
That's what it's like.
Yo, is it the same problems?
Good job, Zay.
We did the exact same problems 2 days in a row, and you guys didn't even know it.
That is so cool.
I definitely, I didn't.
Yo. Dude, that is awesome.
So, what do you think? Like, this was intentional. We did this on purpose, okay? Why do you think we would do the same problems 2 days in a row?
To show you that like they both equal the exact same thing.
Right, that either method works. It doesn't matter, okay? You can do whichever one that you want, and both of them work, okay? So, at this point, okay, what I want you guys to do is I told you guys on your 10.6 practice to do half of them doing the slide and divide yesterday. Today, you're going to do the other half using the split the middle method. Okay, sound good?
I did 6.
That's okay.